Hello viewers, thank you so much for joining me on this channel. MRCS after MBBS is indeed possible, but there are some hurdles. There are also options which make it quite easy. I will also talk about why someone who has just completed MBBS might consider MRCS as an option. So we will look at why MRCS is an option, what are the hurdles along the way, and how one can overcome those hurdles. So if you have completed MBBS and are considering MRCS, this video is just for you. Before you tell yourself that it is not possible, please have a look at this video. On the left-hand side of your screen is a picture showing where I mostly prepared for MRCS Part A. This picture does not paint a false depiction of the condition I was in. This is exactly the location where I mostly prepared for MRCS Part A, and on your right is the location of the Royal College of Surgeons in London, where I went to collect my MRCS diploma. So before you tell yourself that it is not possible, stop and think, is it true? Is it indeed not possible, or are you just not willing to put in the work? Maybe you're just not aware how to do it. So let me tell you what the process involves. If you're motivated for MRCS, you should just check one small thing. Are you eligible? If you have an MBBS degree, then you are eligible, as long as the medical college from where you obtained your MBBS degree is included in the World Directory of Medical Schools. How do you check that? You can check this online. I'll leave a link to it in the description below. You can go onto the World Directory of Medical Schools website. There is a search bar. Enter the name of your medical college on the search bar. Click on search, and if your college name pops up, then yes, you are eligible for MRCS. This brings us to how to prepare for MRCS. Once you decide to prepare for MRCS, whether after MBBS or during post-graduation or after post-graduation like me, the first thing you need to know is the entire process. Now, if you are taking MRCS after MBBS, I would hope that you are taking MRCS. I think hope is the wrong word. I would assume that if you are taking MRCS after MBBS, then you are probably intending to go and work in the United Kingdom for further training, as well as to find out what the system is in the UK. Now, if that is your goal, then MRCS is one of the options, and MRCS includes two exams. You have MRCS Part A, where you have to appear in a multiple choice question exam. You have 6 attempts to pass Part A. And once you have passed MRCS Part A, you can take, if you're going through the ENT route, then you can take MRCS ENT OSCE. If you want to take the general surgery route, you can take MRCS OSCE. Now, so first step is you have to pass MRCS Part A. For that, you get 6 attempts. Then you have to take the OSCE part of the MRCS, which involves 4 attempts. So you have to pass OSCE in those 4 attempts, and you have to pass it within 7 years of passing MRCS Part A. Once you have completed both parts of MRCS Part A and the OSCE part, then if you want to go to the UK, you have to prove to the General Medical Council in the UK that you are proficient in the use of English language, because safety matters. You have to be able to communicate effectively in English with your patients and colleagues in order to maintain their safety. So how do you prove that? You can either take an English language proficiency test called IELTS, which is the more popular, cheaper, and more difficult test, or you can take occupational English test, which is the newer, less popular, more expensive, but easier test. The advantage of occupational English test is that it is largely designed for healthcare workers. However, the disadvantage of OET is that not all regulators accepted. So if you are going to the UK, OET is certainly accepted, but it is a good idea to do your research and see which test is considered acceptable by the regulator where you are going. From my experience, I took OET and it was not that difficult. I passed by preparing only for about a month. So this is the entire process. You have completed MBBS, you have become eligible for MRCS. First step is MRCS Part A, then is the OSCE part. And if you've completed both, you have to prove you are proficient in English language by either taking IELTS or OET. Now let's discuss MRCS Part A in more detail. First thing is you can book the exam online by going onto the official website of one of the Royal College of Surgeons websites. MRCS, of course, stands for Member of Royal College of Surgeons. There are 4 Royal College of Surgeons. One is in London, that's called Royal College of Surgeons of England. One is in Edinburgh, called the Royal College of Surgeons of Edinburgh. One is in Glasgow, called Royal College of Physicians and Surgeons of Glasgow. And another one is in Dublin, which is called the Royal College of Surgeons of Ireland. You can choose any one of these 4 Royal Colleges. Go on their official website and book MRCS Part A. It costs about 578 British pounds as of February 2024 when I'm recording this video. This sum can change in the future. Now, what does this exam involve? It involves 2 papers. Both papers need to be taken on the same day. Paper 1 is of 3 hours duration, consists of 180 questions. Each question has 5 options and you have to choose the single best option. So 180 questions, 3 hours, each question, 5 options, single best answer should be chosen out of the 5. Paper 2 is of 2 hours duration, 120 questions, again 5 options, you have to choose one option which is the single best option. So total 300 questions. 180 questions paper 1, 3 hours duration, then a gap of 1 hour and then 2 hour duration, 120 questions paper 2. Together MRCS Part A usually has a pass percentage or shall we say cutoff percentage of around 70%. However, in the most recent MRCS Part A, the percentage was around 63% is what I am hearing. When I took the exam in September 2022, the pass mark was around 199 out of 300. So this varies from time to time, but a good target would be to get to about 75%. If you get to 75% in MRCS Part A, you are likely to pass. Now, how do you prepare for MRCS Part A? You have just completed MBBS. You will be happy to know that all the questions that are asked in MRCS Part A are part of your MBBS curriculum. It is not part of very difficult general surgery questions. So if you have prepared properly in MBBS, then you have the ability to pass MRCS Part A. However, if you want further coaching, then you can go for options like EMRCS, PASS test, and there are some online coaching available as well. You can do that. The key thing to understand is it is not details or intricacies of general surgery or intricacies of orthopedic surgery. It is not stuff that is only known to postgraduate students. It is also something that you will know as MBBS students. And I must tell you this, that in the United Kingdom, MRCS is taken after primary medical qualification. MRCS is actually a pathway to specialist training. So people in the UK take this exam, MRCS, and then they start specialist training. So as an MBBS student in India, you also can do that. The tough part of MRCS, if you have completed only MBBS, is the OSCE part, because you don't really have much exposure to OSCE during MBBS. However, with the advent of new regulations introduced by National Medical Council, even MBBS students are exposed to OSCE pattern tests or OSCE pattern evaluation. Your communication skills are now assessed during MBBS curriculum as well. So OSCE involves communication skills, both written as well as verbal communication skills. It involves clinical skills like performing a clinical examination, like say in ENT, Rinne's test or Weber's test or flexible nasoendoscopy, and it involves clinical knowledge. Now, clinical knowledge is just knowledge of ENT. In case of MRCS ENT OSCE, if you're going through the general surgery route, then it is knowledge of general surgery, which is basically a written exam. Only difference is this is an exam on a computer. So this is not that different from your final MBBS general surgery exam or your final MBBS ENT exam. Just the questions are more direct, more concise, the answers are more specific. Otherwise, it's the same thing. So I don't think you'll have any problem with the knowledge part of it. You might have a little bit of problem with the examination part of it. For that, my suggestion would be maybe go and work in a nearby general surgery department, maybe in your parent college. Go there, shadow the consultants for about 2 to 3 months, and you'll pick it up. Also, there are many online resources available where you can find out exactly what kind of questions are asked in the OSCE part of MRCS. You might not know the exact question, but you would get an idea regarding what to expect. So I think it's eminently possible. Now that I've made my case regarding why it is possible for someone who has just completed MBBS to not only appear in MRCS but easily pass MRCS, I have to address the elephant in the room. In fact, the biggest elephant in the room is the cost. The cost of MRCS, just Part A, is £578. Do the math, convert it to Indian currency, and you will know how expensive it is. For MRCS OSCE, the cost is almost double. So taken together, the cost does become prohibitive for many people. Certainly, when you compare the cost with postgraduate entrance exam fees in India, the difference is quite stark. Now, I don't want to defend the pricing of the MRCS exams, but I do want to tell you this, that even for General Medical Council registration, the difference that we pay to our respective medical councils in India is huge. We pay X amount to a medical council in India, and when we have to pay a fee for a similar reason to General Medical Council, the sum becomes maybe 10x almost. So 10 times. So this cost differential exists both in exam situation as well as registration situation. I would assume it exists in every situation, whether you're going to a barber shop or going to a restaurant, all these things, there is a cost differential. So yes, cost becomes prohibitive and cost is the elephant in the room. However, if you can bear the cost, then this is definitely an option worth considering. But if cost is the issue, then I am nobody to tell you to, spend that much money if you really think it is not worthwhile. As for me, I appeared in this exam after completing post-graduation, and I certainly did not want to pay the money when I couldn't afford it. So it is an individual decision that you should take on your own. If you have decided to take the plunge, but you are feeling nervous that you're preparing for a United Kingdom based exam, totally designed around the United Kingdom curriculum, and you are sitting in a country far, far away, I must tell you that the playing field has been leveled. The playing field has been leveled. It is a level playing field. I'm having trouble pronouncing that word. Please excuse me. So the playing field has been leveled. It is a level playing field because you can take this exam sitting in another country and have access to as good resources as people in the United Kingdom, because there is something now which is called the internet. It has existed for a long time, but now it has penetrated to every village in India, and you can really have access to high quality preparation material for MRCS in every corner of India and also other parts of the world. So the playing field is level. You can prepare as well as anybody who is studying in the UK. So why not take a shot? I hope this video helped you. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, if you have any doubts, if you think I was saying something completely inaccurate, Please feel free to point out in the comment section below. I'll be more than happy to get back to you. Thank you once again for watching. Take care. I hope I'll see you again in the next video very, very soon. Bye bye.